Alright guys, welcome to Zando Football. Um, Today I really want to get into defensive alignment. I really do think that this is a misunderstood aspect of the game, and some things are okay when they are misunderstood, but defensive alignment I think is one of the most important and key aspects of the game of football for you to understand if you want to optimize your defense. And when you do understand defensive alignment, how someone should be aligned when they're playing a particular defense against a particular formation, when you understand those things and you run into somebody who doesn't understand them, you're able to maximize gains in your offensive play calls. You're able to exploit weaknesses that the opponent presents to his own team based upon his misalignment and that sort of thing. Okay. Another thing why I think it's very important for you to understand is because Madden simply doesn't have it coded right. There are certain situations where a safety may be misaligned based upon the play call, and you should manually move him to the right spot for him to play his responsibilities um, at a more efficient level. Okay, so there's 6 different coverages in the game. I went over that in my pre-snap read video. Please go watch that if you don't know what I'm speaking about. But long story short, there's cover 4, cover 2 zone, cover 2 man, cover 0, or cover 3 or cover 1. I don't care what defensive play call you call in the game. That play call that you call falls under one of those 6 different coverages. Okay. Now, in each and every single coverage, um, there's a certain reason and a certain spot where a particular player should be aligned to maximize what he's supposed to do in the defense. Okay, so I'm going to have a series, I believe, for each and every coverage of those 6 different coverages. And I'm going to also have videos for defensive alignments on those coverages, where your players should be aligned pre-snap to maximize the efficiency of the defense. Okay, so in this video, this is just like an intro to that, but I'm just going to give you an example of why alignment is important. So I'm going to pick a different play here. Let's do cover 2. And I'll give you a real life example too. I'll show you a video of an NFL play where the defense was misaligned and the offense took advantage of that. Okay, so I call Tappa 2. And I'm just going to ask you a question. We have cover 2 zone called here. Why isn't the corner aligned inside like this? I got another question. Why can't he align? Why shouldn't he align way out here? Okay. Here's a bigger question. Why in cover 2 zone can't you get away with doing something like this? Why can't the safety be further up on the line of scrimmage like this? Okay. See, there's a reason for all of that. Now you may think that there's no reason for you to understand this on this particular play because Madden has them aligned pretty good here. However, there are certain formations where they don't have it your defense aligned properly. Okay. Now the reason why this corner shouldn't be aligned inside, and Madden doesn't have him aligned inside when playing cover 2 zone here, but you know it's good to know why he isn't, and that's because of his major responsibilities post snap. He wants to get his hands on this receiver and reroute him inside to help out his safety down the field. If the receiver were to get an outside release, then that would put more pressure on the safety to cover more ground over the top and horizontally. Okay, and you don't want to do that. Okay, you also want to get hands on this receiver because you don't want him to run free up the field and get a free release on your safety. Okay, so if you align him inside pre-snap, okay, it would be easier for this right receiver to take an outside release and put your safety in a bind. Okay, so that's just an example of why alignment is important. Okay, now the safety doesn't want to be deep down into the box because that would force him to have to cover a lot of ground vertically, and if this receiver were to start climbing over the top, he would be in bad position to make a play on the ball. You know, you could give up a big play, a big touchdown, that sort of thing. Okay, so that's just a couple of examples of why alignment is important. Now, why is this important to you? It's because on certain plays, Let's go formation. I'm gonna go 4-3. Just Tampa 2 here. I form. Let's do this. Okay. On this play, here's an example of how Madden doesn't have it right. Okay. When the offense comes out in a formation like this and you have cover 2 called, there is no reason for your safety to be aligned up here at all. I would take it even further. Your corner shouldn't be aligned over here. Okay. And there's a reason for that. Okay, on this side of the football field, okay, you have a tight end as the primary receiver on this side. Okay, you don't have to worry about your tight end getting vertically up the field and gaining too much ground on your safety. Okay, they're not as athletic as wide receivers, and they're not as speedy, etc. They're not as good as running routes. So because of that, in this instance, against this formation, you can bring your safety down further into the box. Okay, I would align them, you know, outside shoulder a little bit. Okay, and your corner doesn't have to be aligned further out here. Okay, you're just giving out free space. There's no reason for him to be aligned out here. There's no threat. He can be pushed further into the box. Okay, you can shift your line as well. And now your safety can be a force in the run fit if you user him. Okay, so now take a look at this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 run box defenders, possibly 9. When in an aspect like this, okay, you're not as sure in the run fit at all. Look at the difference here, all because of alignment. You're weaker against the run. You're not very good against the pass here. You're giving up way too much space. I mean, there's just so many different issues that this alignment can cause. And this is the alignment Madden will have you come out in when you call cover 2 against a set like this. Okay, when you understand where your players should align against different formations, you will optimize your defensive play call. Now, when you have cover 4, they may be aligned. You may want to align them differently, etc. But I'm going to have a video on all those with those different coverages, I believe. So I'm going to show you an example in real life on why it is very important that you understand alignment, and then I'll show you stuff in an actual game online where I take advantage of someone not understanding the important aspects of defensive alignment and me taking advantage of that.
Get on top of him and blow by him for a score.
Did we say Manning to Harrison 39 yards? Yes, I think we did. 39 yards again.
Alright guys, I freeze it here. This is the beginning of the play, and what the Colts have dialed up is that they have a play action pass with Peyton Manning here. They have Marvin Harrison running like a deep post pattern, and I believe that they have one of the receivers at the bottom of the screen running like a deep dig pattern. I'm going to link you to another video I'm going to make because I started this recording earlier and I went on a long tangent about something that has nothing to do with the video. And it's about the play action pass here in this clip and how Madden simply doesn't have it right. Okay, so to skip all of that, I'm just going to make another video for that for you to see what I'm talking about. But Marvin Harrison's going to run a post. And this corner here is in cover 2 zone. I mean, the whole defense is in cover 2. And like we said earlier, the corner's responsibility here is to get his hands on Marvin Harrison and to force him further inside to help out his safety here, who is playing deep half. One of the issue here, I already see an issue, is his alignment. Why is he so far off of Marvin Harrison here pre-snap? He's like 6-7 yards away from Marvin Harrison. Okay, so you already are giving up too much space for Marvin Harrison to juke you out of your cleats. Okay, that's one thing that you didn't want to do, especially with a smaller receiver like him. You want to get physical with him. Okay, so he already made a mistake here. Okay, and you'll see when we roll the clip, he barely even touches Marvin Harrison, probably because he's past the 5-yard marker where you can get your hands on him. And what that does is it leaves him one-on-one with the safety here, who has absolutely like no shot at covering Marvin Harrison. Okay, So someone may watch this video, people in the stands or, Bills fans, whatever, when this happened, they probably blame the safety so hard because when you see the pass go over the top and the closest defender you see is a safety, you're like, wow, that guy just got destroyed. Well, you really should have blamed the corner. I don't know what he was doing. But let's roll it and take a look. So as we see, the corner just whiffed. There's just no excuse for that at all. Like, looking at this, like, there's no benefit in him playing off like that at all. Maybe he was trying to disguise coverage. I don't know. But he left his safety out to dry, and he got torched. So let's take a look at a play in game. And here this guy was doing a lot of disguising. But right here is where you can tell that he's running cover 2 zone, and it's because of his 2 corners, their alignment here. Okay, go watch my pre-snap read video, and you'll understand why this is definitely cover 2. Whatever he was doing, realigning, all that crap he was doing pre-snap, when he did this right here, you should know that it's cover 2 zone. Now, what's the problem? Well, one alignment issue is the safeties. They're deep down in the box, but their responsibilities is to play deep halves. So they want to get deep into their landmarks. When you have them deep down here like that, it makes it harder for them to cover ground vertically, especially with elite receivers that can get upfield pretty quick. Then he dropped back his corners, so now they're not going to get jammed at the line of scrimmage. That's a double whammy. So we snap the ball. Wide receiver. One-on-one safety, and there you go. Okay, in real life, it would have been worse. It would have been even more space, but this is Madden, so they don't have it coded, all the way properly. But when you see, someone misalign their defense like that, and they align in a way in which it compromises the strength of their defense, then you should know what to do and how to exploit that. That's why it's very important for you to know how to attack every defense in the game. That was another aspect. If you rewind it, you'll see that the corner did not get hands on the receiver, so he got to his deep post pattern even faster than usual. Okay, so here's another clip. You can check out how the corner just didn't get hands on Marvin Harrison, and again, it leaves the safety out to dry to get cooked. Let's watch it again. Like, you saw the corner there? So now that's the safety. It's like, thanks a lot, man. I mean, come on. You just got to get your hands on them, So, basically the whole gist of this video, I'm going to have a whole series on cover 2, how to play cover 2, how to align your players in cover 2, okay, because against different splits, against different formations, you want your safeties aligned differently, and the game doesn't have that coded right, okay? Or your corners align in a certain way, the game doesn't have that right, all right? And when you understand that, when you understand where your players are supposed to be aligned, what your players are supposed to do in different coverages, then that will help you to understand what to do when someone doesn't have their defense aligned appropriately. Okay, because you'll be on the field, you have your play ready to go, and you'll be like, hey, I know this is cover 2, and hey, look at this safety here. He's not supposed to be there against this split, so I can exploit that. Or hey, look at this corner. This corner is aligned off, and I know he's playing cover 2, so I know my wide receiver is not going to get jammed at the line of scrimmage. I can run this play that I have in the vault because he'll be able to attack the safety one-on-one, that sort of thing, okay? The same thing runs true against any defense. There's certain ways you're supposed to be aligned in cover 3, cover 4, cover 0. All of the different defenses in the game, there's a reason why your coaches want you aligned in a certain way against different formations. Okay, football is just strategy, strategies all over the place. You can be running the perfect defense against a particular offense, but because you just had them misaligned, you give up a touchdown. Okay, so I hope you got some understanding on this. This is just a series that I'm going to have on cover 2. I'm going to have some more on cover 3 and cover 4 and all the rest of the defenses, how to align, how to exploit misalignments, how to play cover 2 against different formations, how to play cover 3 against different formations, all that sort of thing. And let's get the ball running.